What does it mean if a prohibition notice has been issued for the entire site? A. Work on the site can continue as usual, but safety practices should be reviewed. B. Certain activities are restricted, but general site operations are unaffected. C. All work on the site must cease immediately, and it cannot resume until the issues specified in the notice are resolved. D. The site has been temporarily extended to complete ongoing work. Correct answer, C. All work on the site must cease immediately, and it cannot resume until the issues specified in the notice are resolved. What is the primary purpose of an improvement notice issued by a Health and Safety Executive, HSE, inspector? A. To provide a formal warning about unsafe work practices that need correction. B. To issue a financial penalty for non-compliance. C. To inform employees of a change in company policy. D. To approve the continuation of work on a site. Correct answer, A. To provide a formal warning about unsafe work practices that need correction. What is the main purpose of attending a site induction before starting work on a new site? A. To familiarize oneself with the local amenities and social activities near the site. B. To complete administrative paperwork and update personal contact details. C. To receive a general overview of the company's history and corporate structure. D. To understand and comply with the specific health and safety procedures and risks associated with the site. Correct answer, D. To understand and comply with the specific health and safety procedures and risks associated with the site. When reversing a vehicle without the assistance of a marshaller, what is the most important precaution to take to minimize the risk of accidents? A. Rely solely on the vehicle's rearview mirror for guidance. B. Use all available mirrors and cameras, and carefully check the area behind the vehicle for obstacles and pedestrians. C. Ensure the reversing maneuver is performed quickly to reduce time spent in reverse. D. Trust the vehicle/S automatic braking system to prevent collisions. Correct answer, B. Use all available mirrors and cameras, and carefully check the area behind the vehicle for obstacles and pedestrians. What is the most appropriate immediate action if you sustain a finger cut on site? A. Continue working and apply a bandage when you have a moment. B. Report the injury to your supervisor or site manager and seek first aid immediately. C. Ignore the cut if it seems minor and focus on completing your tasks. D. Clean the cut with water and continue working as normal. Correct answer, B. Report the injury to your supervisor or site manager and seek first aid immediately. What is the primary purpose of maintaining an accident book on a workplace site? A. To document and track details of any workplace accidents and incidents for compliance and safety improvement. B. To provide a record of employee attendance and performance. C. To keep a log of all maintenance activities performed on equipment. D. To record the personal contact details of all employees. Correct answer, A. To document and track details of any workplace accidents and incidents for compliance and safety improvement. What is the main purpose of a designated assembly point in an emergency on site? A. To provide a location for employees to collect their personal belongings after an emergency. B. To serve as a waiting area for emergency services to conduct initial assessments. C. To ensure that all employees and visitors are safely gathered in one place away from the immediate danger. D. To offer a spot for employees to discuss the incident and identify who was at fault. Correct answer, C. To ensure that all employees and visitors are safely gathered in one place away from the immediate danger. Which items must be included in a workplace first aid kit? A. A multi-tool kit for general repair. B. A fire blanket for small fires. C. Sterile bandages for minor cuts and wounds. D. Prescription medicines for migraines. Correct answer, C. Sterile bandages for minor cuts and wounds. What is the correct sequence of actions when you find an injured person on site? A. Move the person to a safe location, call emergency services, and check for injuries. B. Check for immediate dangers, assess the person's condition, call emergency services, and, if trained, provide first aid. C. Call emergency services, provide first aid immediately, and report the incident to your supervisor. D. Assess the person's condition, report the injury to your supervisor, and wait for emergency services. Correct answer, B. Check for immediate dangers, assess the person's condition, call emergency services, and, if trained, provide first aid. Which of the following best describes the primary purpose of workplace personal protective equipment, PPE? A. To improve the aesthetic appearance of employees. B. To enhance employee comfort during work tasks. C. To protect employees from specific hazards and reduce the risk of injury or illness. D. To comply with workplace dress codes and regulations. Correct answer, C. To protect employees from specific hazards and reduce the risk of injury or illness. What type of goggles should be used on a construction site to protect against dust, flying debris, and chemical splashes? A. Safety goggles with impact-resistant lenses and side shields. B. Sunglasses with UV protection. C. Reading glasses with anti-reflective coating. D. Regular prescription glasses without additional protection. Correct answer, A. Safety goggles with impact-resistant lenses and side shields. Which of the following is a common preventative measure to protect against skin diseases in the workplace? A. Wearing light-colored clothing to improve visibility. B. Using PPE such as gloves and long-sleeved shirts when handling hazardous substances. C. Regularly changing work shifts to avoid prolonged exposure to one task. D. Maintaining a high level of personal hygiene by showering frequently. Correct answer, B. Using PPE such as gloves and long-sleeved shirts when handling hazardous substances. What is the correct procedure for cleaning up an oil spill from on-site machinery? A. Use a standard mop and bucket to clean the area without additional precautions. B. Quickly spread sand over the spill, then walk away to let it dry naturally. C. Properly dispose of the contaminated materials according to safety regulations. D. Rinse the spill with water to dilute the oil and then leave the area for general cleanup. Correct answer, C. Properly dispose of the contaminated materials according to safety regulations. Regarding certain protected species of plants and animals, which of the following actions would be illegal? A. A worker destroying its habitat. B. A worker taking a photo of it while working. C. A worker relocating it. D. A worker feeding it. Correct answer, A. A worker destroying its habitat. During a noisy work activity, you find that the task will take longer than the usual working hours of your site. What should you do? A. Continue working until the task is complete, even if it's /-/s after hours. B. Work more quickly to try to finish on time. C. Leave the task unfinished and return the next day. D. Inform your supervisor that the task cannot be completed within the scheduled hours. Correct answer, D. Inform your supervisor that the task cannot be completed within the scheduled hours. While performing a task that generates dust, what is the best way to protect yourself? A. Wear a dust mask or respirator. B. Work faster to minimize exposure. C. Take regular breaks outside the dusty area. D. Use a fan to blow the dust away from you. Correct answer, A. Wear a dust mask or respirator. What should immediate action be if bird droppings or nests are discovered in an active construction area? A. Ignore the droppings and nests, as they are not a significant hazard. B. Clean the area with a standard cleaning solution without special precautions. C. Report the findings to a supervisor and avoid disturbing the nests or droppings. D. Remove the nests and droppings immediately using basic hand tools. Correct answer, C. Report the findings to a supervisor and avoid disturbing the nests or droppings. Which of the following statements about hydrogen sulfide is true? A. Hydrogen sulfide is harmless and can be detected easily by its smell. B. Hydrogen sulfide is a colorless gas that can cause sudden unconsciousness. C. Hydrogen sulfide is heavier than air and rises quickly in the atmosphere. D. Hydrogen sulfide exposure only causes irritation and no serious health effects. Correct answer, B. Hydrogen sulfide is a colorless gas that can cause sudden unconsciousness. After completing a noisy task, you notice a ringing in your ears. What does this indicate? A. You have permanent hearing loss. B. You are just tired and need rest. C. You may have temporary hearing damage. D. The noise was not loud enough to cause any harm. Correct answer, C. You may have temporary hearing damage. Which of the following is an early sign of hand-arm vibration syndrome, HAVS? A. Sudden loss of grip strength. B. Pain in the shoulders and back. C. Swelling of the hands. D. Numbness or tingling in the fingers. Correct answer, D. Numbness or tingling in the fingers. Which of the following is a common sign or symptom of noise-related hearing damage? A. Occasional headaches and dizziness. B. Difficulty hearing conversations in noisy environments. C. Redness and itching of the skin near the ears. D. Frequent coughing and sore throat. Correct answer, B. Difficulty hearing conversations in noisy environments. When a worker returns to work after a sick leave, what is the most important information they should communicate to their supervisor? A. The personal details of their illness and treatment received. B. The expected timeline for completing their current tasks. C. The names of colleagues who covered their duties during their absence. D. Work-related limitations or accommodations needed due to their recent illness and prescribed medications. Correct answer, D. Work-related limitations or accommodations needed due to their recent illness and prescribed medications. What is the most appropriate action if you spot an employee drinking alcohol on the job site? A. Ignore the behavior if the employee is working effectively. B. Confront the employee directly and demand they stop drinking immediately. C. Report the incident to your supervisor or manager. D. Wait until the end of the shift to address the issue informally with the employee. Correct answer, C. Report the incident to your supervisor or manager. Which of the following is a common way tetanus bacteria can enter the body? A. Inhaling contaminated air. B. Eating undercooked food. C. Through a puncture wound or cut. D. Touching an infected surface. Correct answer, C. Through a puncture wound or cut. What is the safest method for manually handling a load down a steep slope to prevent injury? A. 2 people should carry the load down the slope. B. Evaluate whether it is safe to lift and carry the load. C. Hold the load away from your body and descend the slope slowly. D. Slide the load down the slope without additional equipment or support. Correct answer, B. Evaluate whether it is safe to lift and carry the load. Which part of the body is most likely to be injured when lifting heavy loads? A. Neck. B. Knees. C. Legs. D. Back. Correct answer, D. Back. Before you carry out a manual handling task, what is one of your employer's key responsibilities? A. Carrying out a risk assessment for the task. B. Providing you with adequate rest breaks during the task. C. Ensuring you are familiar with emergency procedures. D. Offering a financial incentive for completing the task. Correct answer, A. Carrying out a risk assessment for the task. What does a blue sign with white font and an image of ear defenders indicate? A. Mandatory use of hearing protection. B. Ear protection is available upon request. C. Hearing protection is provided in the area. D. Hearing conservation training required. Correct answer, A. Mandatory use of hearing protection. How does the /+ dangerous for the environment /+ symbol appear, and what does it indicate? A. A black skull and crossbones on a white background indicates toxicity. B. A green triangle with a leaf indicates recyclable materials. C. A fish and tree symbol in a white diamond indicates environmental hazard. D. A red exclamation mark in a white diamond indicates general hazard. Correct answer, C. A fish and tree symbol in a white diamond indicates environmental hazard. What is the purpose of a yellow warning sign with a black symbol? A. To provide directions to safety equipment. B. To indicate mandatory safety measures. C. To alert individuals to potential hazards or risks. D. To designate emergency exits. Correct answer, C. To alert individuals to potential hazards or risks. What is a common fire risk on a construction site, and how can it be managed effectively? A. Buildup of waste, managed by regularly removing and properly disposing of waste. B. Storing flammable materials in open areas, managed by keeping materials indoors. C. Overuse of air conditioning, managed by ensuring all workers wear PPE. D. Poor site lighting, managed by installing additional lighting to improve visibility. Correct answer, A. Buildup of waste, managed by regularly removing and properly disposing of waste. What immediate action should you take if you discover a fire? A. Sound the alarm to alert others. B. Try to extinguish the fire yourself. C. Ignore it if it seems small and continue working. D. Attempt to move flammable materials away from the fire. Correct answer, A. Sound the alarm to alert others. What does it typically indicate if there is frost around the valve on a liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, cylinder? A. The LPG cylinder is empty and needs refilling. B. The cylinder is leaking and requires immediate inspection. C. The temperature around the cylinder is too low for proper operation. D. The cylinder is overfilled and should be vented. Correct answer, B. The cylinder is leaking and requires immediate inspection. What is the first action you should take each time before using a handheld tool? A. Clean the tool to ensure it is free of dust. B. Check the tool's warranty status. C. Inspect the tool for damage or defects. D. Ensure the tool is correctly stored after use. Correct answer, C. Inspect the tool for damage or defects. What is the potential risk of storing batteries loose in a tool bag? A. Batteries can become discharged faster. B. Batteries may short-circuit or leak. C. Batteries may corrode. D. Batteries can become damaged by other tools. Correct answer, B. Batteries may short-circuit or leak. Which method is used to check if a residual current device, RCD, connected to a power tool is working? A. Visually inspect the RCD for damage. B. Turn the power tool on and off. C. Check if the power tool heats up during use. D. Press the test button on the RCD. Correct answer, D. Press the test button on the RCD. If you see that a crane is about to hit something, what should you do? A. Call emergency services. B. Immediately stand in front of the crane with a stop sign. C. Try to inform the signaller supervising the operation. D. Do nothing and observe. Correct answer, C. Try to inform the signaller supervising the operation. When is it unsafe to drive a lorry? A. When the lorry has a punctured tire. B. When fuel becomes expensive. C. When the lorry is carrying heavy loads. D. In the absence of a senior site manager. Correct answer, A. When the lorry has a punctured tire. If liquid is dripping and forming a small pool under the back of a dumper truck, what could this indicate? A. The truck has a leak and could be unsafe. B. The truck is running low on fuel. C. The engine of a truck is overheating. D. Excessive rainwater runoff from the truck. Correct answer, A. The truck has a leak and could be unsafe. What is a crucial safety measure to follow when using a stepladder? A. Place the ladder on an uneven surface for better stability. B. Ensure the ladder is fully opened and the spreaders are locked. C. Carry tools and materials in your hands while climbing. D. Lean the ladder against a wall to keep it stable. Correct answer, B. Ensure the ladder is fully opened and the spreaders are locked. When is it safe to cross a fragile roof? A. When the weather is clear and dry. B. When you are wearing rubber-soled shoes for better grip. C. When your supervisor has instructed you to do so. D. When crawling boards equipped with handrails are available for use. Correct answer, D. When crawling boards equipped with handrails are available for use. What is the primary purpose of implementing a one-way system at a loading or unloading area? A. To remove the need for reversing. B. To increase the speed of vehicle movement. C. To limit access to certain areas. D. To increase the need for reversing. Correct answer, A. To remove the need for reversing. If you notice that the side supports in an excavation are moving, what is the safest course of action? A. Proceed with your tasks as long as there is no immediate danger. B. Attempt to stabilize the supports yourself. C. Ignore the movement if the excavation is not very deep. D. Evacuate the excavation site immediately and inform your supervisor. Correct answer, D. Evacuate the excavation site immediately and inform your supervisor. What does it indicate if you find a run of colored marker tape while digging? 488. A. You have reached the boundary of the property. B. The soil in the area is contaminated. C. There is a buried service or utility line beneath the tape. D. You are digging in a restricted area. Correct answer, C. There is a buried service or utility line beneath the tape. What could it indicate if you notice an unusual odor while excavating soil? A. The soil might be contaminated with hazardous substances. B. The soil is rich in organic matter. C. The soil is unusually dry and dusty. D. The area was previously used for construction activities. Correct answer, A. The soil might be contaminated with hazardous substances. Which illness can develop as a result of exposure to asbestos fibers? A. Lung cancer. B. Asthma. C. Bronchitis. D. Tuberculosis. Correct answer, A. Lung cancer. What is the primary purpose of a COSHH, Control of Substances Hazardous to Health, assessment? A. To ensure compliance with environmental regulations. B. To evaluate the financial impact of hazardous materials. C. To identify and manage risks associated with hazardous substances. D. To assess the effectiveness of emergency evacuation procedures. Correct answer, C. To identify and manage risks associated with hazardous substances. What does it mean if a substance is labeled as a /+/sensitizer/+/ on its packaging? A. It may trigger an allergic reaction after exposure. B. It can cause skin irritation on first contact. C. It is safe to handle without protective equipment. D. It is flammable and should be kept away from heat sources. Correct answer, A. It may trigger an allergic reaction after exposure. Under environmental regulations, who can be held accountable for violations? A. Only the company's board members. B. Only the company itself. C. Only the individual employees involved. D. Both the company and individual employees. Correct answer, D. Both the company and individual employees. What is the main function of fire extinguishers? A. To handle small fires and stop them from spreading. B. To ensure compliance with safety regulations. C. To enhance the aesthetic appearance of the building. D. To serve as a backup for emergency services. Correct answer, A. To handle small fires and stop them from spreading.